Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. I'm your host, Debbie, and today we have a very special guest here in the studio. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jamie Benner with Hat Trick Hat Bar.
And of course, the first question I always ask my new guests is, what brought you to Waco? Or are you a Waco native?
So I am born and raised in Waco. I went to and graduated from Baylor. My husband and I have been married for 18 years, and we have two wonderful children, two girls. Morgan is 22 and Marin is 16.
Wow. And you are with Hat Trick Hat Bar. So you're now an entrepreneur and mom and amazing person. So tell me all the things you do.
So it's been a long history of me trying to find really cool things to do. I've tried pretty much everything, and I kind of lucked into the hat bar idea from a friend who had it done at her place of business, couldn't find anybody local, and she and I got to talking, and she was like, you should do it. Went home that night, got online, looked at some wholesale websites, and that was it.
Now you're here.
Now I'm here.
Yes. And so how long have you been doing this for?
So it's just been since November of last year.
Wow. Yes. So you're still new.
Still learning a lot every day.
Yes. So what made you interested in becoming an entrepreneur and wanting to do this?
I think with my children being older and my husband being a leader in his industry, I really just wanted something that I could be my own boss. I didn't have to, go to work at a certain time. I could really tailor my schedule around his and our children's schedules. So that's really what drove me to becoming an entrepreneur, which still sounds funny when you say that because I just feel like I'm having a really good time with girlfriends, every time we have a hat party.
Yeah. And so I actually found you through one of those hat parties. I saw someone make a post and then I saw the hat and I was like, I'm obsessed. I need to find you immediately. So of course I slid in your DMs and here we are today. So tell me about these hat parties that you do.
So what we do is either through a individual host or a venue, winery, bar, boutique, spa clinic type of place. I either reach out to them or they reach out to me. We create an event. We advertise it to, the local communities, and ladies just show up and they are pumped usually to, create something that they found online or, somebody else has done something similar. And that's really how I get a lot of my ideas is I'll go through, social media, Pinterest.
I was going to say Pinterest
is my best friend.
Yes.
And, just look. And a lot of what I do on Pinterest is look for color schemes. I don't necessarily look for a hat specifically, but I'll look for, what colors
what
really
you're
go
wearing
with,
right now is perfect
with
too.
Green, or what goes good with, a blush color. And then I try to really create a hat around those things, or I'll take a piece of jewelry and I get all of my hat pins and brooches from estate sales.
Oh, wow.
And Goodwill online auctions. And so sometimes I will just grab a pin out of my stash and be like, okay, what can I use to build a hat around that? Yeah. Or just an idea that I've got. And it's really fun to me to see all of those women do the same because every hat to me is like, oh, that's my favorite. And so I've yet to find one that I would be like, it just doesn't work because it's so much about each personality and each person's eye on what they like and what they wear and what brings out that joy in them. And it's their smiles on their faces when they put it on, or they look in the mirror, or they just squeal. That's pretty much why I do it. It's just fun.
I love that. So what is the mission behind your business?
So the reason or the purpose behind Hat Trick Hat Bar is really about celebrating women and their unique styles and what speaks to them when they're digging through this huge tray of vintage and really just cool hat pins and brooches, and finding that one ribbon that they just like, oh, that's a perfect match. Or, I've even had women bring me items that they have. Oh. And I'm actually wearing one of my husband's grandmother's pins on my hat.
I love
today.
That.
And so it's all about just finding something that makes you happy. And if it's a hat, if it's shoes, if it's, really cool, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to be a part of, just celebrations and things that aren't so serious. It's a hat. We're not.
I take hats very seriously. No, I mean,
no, and so do I as well. But you understand where I'm coming from. This is just, we all need something just to be around our friends and have a good time and laugh and chat. And I've met so many amazing people and so many other female entrepreneurs just with these pop-ups that it's like we're this community. And growing up in Waco, where the community has not always been there, this is just a really cool place to be right now.
I love that. And you have a few events coming up, so tell me all about them.
So yes, so I am I'm doing an event at a local cookie shop, which I'm sure everybody knows. Cookies. Yes.
Shout out Mackenzie.
She's doing a girls' night out event on the 18th that I'm like obsessed, and I
the cookie with like the marshmallow on the inside. Oh,
I've never had a bad cookie from her ever. It doesn't matter what kind it is. And so she was graciously offered to let me come and set up my hat bar. And I'm super excited about that just because I will be eating cookies nonstop. And I'm really excited about meeting some of the other ladies that are coming, some of which I've never met before.
Yeah.
And then the next week I have a pop-up at a local boutique, and she has been very sweet and allowing me to come and set up and, reaching out to all of her customers. And I've had quite a few that have already, RSVP'd to that event. And so it's just another opportunity for me to meet people. I am a people person. I love hearing people's stories and hearing about what makes them joyful. Because when you ask a mom about her kids and she lights up, and you ask certain things about people and they just start to just glow, and then they just can't stop talking about it. Those are the kinds of interactions that I really like.
Yeah.
Just learning about people.
Yeah, I totally understand that. And it's so great that you're already getting involved in our community. And again, just the idea of getting to meet the people that are in the same town as you. And, you might be grocery shopping and now you have people you can talk to, which is so great. And again, the whole aspect behind community and growing together and making something together is always so great. Well, with this, we're just going to take a break real fast and then we'll be right back. And now for a word from our sponsors.
Hi, this is Sarah.
And I'm Carter.
And this is Some of Our Thoughts.
We're two Southern sommeliers, and we want to share everything we love and know about wine. We started hanging out during quarantine and cooking and drinking and listening to music, and we just thought this would be a great way to bring everything we know to you guys.
We will make wine knowledge and food pairings easy and approachable. So put on your favorite vinyl, grab your favorite glass of wine, tune into our show, and let's have some fun.
Wine and vinyl. So check us out on roguemedianetwork.com or wherever you get your favorite podcast. We'll be talking about a lot.
Pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about pros and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Hey, I'm Zach.
And I'm Mike.
And we have a fantastic new podcast to tell you about. Bros, Foes, and Heroes. It's the two of us looking into the world of comics, breaking down some characters that you may have never heard of, and some that are just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, so Zach comes up with a character each time, and I go into it just completely blind. I don't know who this person is or what their abilities are or anything, and basically I guess we kind of go over their origin story and just some of the ridiculous stuff that maybe, especially Golden Age stuff.
Oh, Golden Age stuff is always the best, and we will make sure to highlight all of the shenanigans and just absolute weirdness of everything.
Yeah, that's right. So subscribe today and follow us on Instagram at Bros Foes Heroes.
And if you don't, I know where you live. Not really, but please subscribe.
Bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about bros and foes and heroes. Gonna tell you about.
Welcome to One Star Rewind, a new podcast about those dreaded one-star reviews that every business owner hates to receive, but yet every customer loves to read. During this podcast, we will peel back that one-star review to better understand how it happened, when it happened, and what the business owner is doing after receiving that one-star review. This podcast will be about love, hate, and laughter. On One Star Rewind, we will meet with real business owners who will tell their stories and how they do rely on reviews for their business. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or download us at roguemedianetwork.com. Please subscribe, but only rate and review for not a one-star review. Join us each time for a new review and a new story.
Welcome back to another episode of No Waco. This is your host, Debbie. And we're back. So we were just talking about how you're already getting so involved in our community and just here to help support those by making something and getting your hands dirty and, just creating that community together. What is something you would like to see more of in our community?
Besides making hats, and I really, really like to cook.
Oh, yay.
And I am desperate for, like a gourmet grocery or, something when you watch TV shows about, bigger cities and, all the delis and all the, you could go into any shop in New York City and get anything that you want.
Yeah.
I would love to have more places like that in Waco where if you have a recipe and it calls for this or that, you can be like, okay, I can go to this store and it would have everything that I wanted and needed and would offer cooking classes. And, those are the things that I really would like to see Waco have.
Yeah.
I'm also a huge reader. So I know that independent bookstores are kind of gone the way of Amazon and all the online retailers. But with Fabled, I would love to see more of something like that, maybe on the, towards the other side of town, or just more accessible, small little bookshops where you could go and just get lost in a book, because that's books and coffee and cooking and hats. I mean, those are my loves, other than my family. Those are my happy places.
Yeah. And so you've been in the Waco community for so long, so you've gotten to see a lot of development. What is some of the development that you love, and what are some things that you're so excited about?
Well, I am a Baylor Bear, so I think seeing how Baylor has grown and how it has become...
The Baylor bubble has expanded.
Yes, it has. And, with everything coming, to Waco and Baylor being such a big draw across the country for students and, faculty, and then, drawing big industry when those Baylor graduates stay, it just really excites me to see Waco become a destination of sorts, not necessarily a destination, but more of a a place where people want to come and raise
Yeah.
their families and, be kind of perpetuate that community where, you put down roots and, you turn from, your job and raising your family to the community. How can I use what I have to help the community? I am also a member of the Junior League of Waco.
Yes.
And that's pretty much what we kind of try to do, is that we use all of the women in Junior League that have certain skills. We use those skills to help our communities and help, with the pre-K initiative and, really helping with the children of the community. And that's what I'm excited about the future of Waco, is all of these really smart, talented people coming here and then using all of that to help the city.
Yeah, well, I love that. And it sounds like, again, you're just trying to give so much back to our community. It also sounds like you have some amazing initiatives that you are really passionate about and want to give back to our community. Are there anyone that you want to shout out specifically, or anyone you would like to shout out specifically that has helped you along this journey?
Well, I would be remiss if I didn't.
There might be too many, huh?
Well, yes, but above and beyond would be my husband. He has listened to all of my crazy ideas and has listened to me be excited about one thing after another, and honestly quit one thing after another when the reality of it didn't match up to my imagination and my hopes. And he just has stayed steady. In our family, we always say he's steady. He's steady. He's like an anchor. He's the best person that I know. And so he deserves a lot of respect for the support that he gives us. And then my girls, I mean, I wouldn't be where I am without my baby girls, Morgan and Marin.
Shout out.
So I am so proud of both of them, and I'm so proud to be their mom. And I want them to know that they can do whatever they want to.
Yeah.
And, I'm making hats, but I feel like I have a good time. Everybody has a good time. And it's important.
Yeah. And I love that message. We are coming up on Women's History Month in the month of March. So it's really inspiring hearing about women and entrepreneurs in our community actually doing something. Is there any advice you would have for anybody wanting to start their own little side business or wanting to follow their dreams?
I think get out of your own way, honestly, and you don't have to be great to start, but you do have to start to be great. Like you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to have, step 1, 2, 3, A, B, and C. You just, if it's something you're passionate about, go for it and figure it out, So if you screw it up, but don't be afraid to start.
Yeah. And are there any specific wins and losses you would like to share with us by being a business owner?
Oh, gosh. I think feeling like being sought after in a certain aspect where people are like, we really want you to come, do this event. Or, I had a friend walk into my boutique and she had on a really cute hat and she told me, that you guys need to do a hat event. I think that those are big wins for me.
Yeah.
When the word of mouth, I mean, my husband is in, the car business, and we all know about referrals and word of mouth and reputation. And those things are very important to me. And so big wins like that, where people are speaking about you in a positive way, that's a big win for me. I don't really consider them losses. And if anybody knows me, they know that Jamie's always got an idea of something to do or a project. And I think that the things that didn't work out for me may be considered losses, but I don't really think of them that way.
Like I love that.
I just move on.
Yeah. And I love that. And as an entrepreneur, it's all about adapting and, again, finding your passion and doing that passion. And it sounds like you found it. And again, just thank you so much for coming on and just telling us a little bit more about your journey and your experience, again, as a female entrepreneur, as well as mom and a community member. So it's really great to hear. I do want to, of course, give us all of your social medias, plug yourself, where people can find you, and where we can refer more people, of course.
Okay. So I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Still learning about TikTok. I am a 43-year-old woman after all.
I'm still learning too. I'm 25.
Yeah. So it's Hat Trick Hat Bar is my handle on all 3 social media platforms. You can message me on any of those, come to a hat event.
All the fun things, yeah. And again, you have those 2 upcoming events. So again, tell us the dates and times and how we can be there.
Okay, so the Girls Night Out at Milk Bottle Cookies is on the 18th, and Junkyard Jewel Boutique is on the 25th.
All right, perfect. Well, we're definitely looking forward to it, and I really hope we have a bunch more people join in for the wonderful hat parties. And before we go, I, of course, have to show off my hat. So I'm sorry, audio listeners, you're going to miss out, but I will definitely post a picture on our Instagram so you guys can see it. But I just wanted to show it off real fast, so I'm going to take it off and show it to the camera. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm sorry if I have hat hair now. It actually says No Waco on it, so I don't know if you guys can see that. And then this beautiful little side piece, absolutely gorgeous. I love it. So if you guys are wanting a hat just like this or one of your own expertise and design, you'll definitely have to join her for these upcoming events. It's so exciting. And again, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today?
I think I'm all talked out. I feel like I talked your ear off, but I just appreciate that you asking me to come here today. This is another one of those wins for me, because I love podcasts. I love every road trip that we ever go on. We're always listening to a podcast. So this is definitely a win for me. So I just want you to know that I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Find us everywhere on all social media platforms, KNOW_Waco. Check us out at roguemedianetwork.com, and we're on YouTube under Rogue Media Network. Check out nowaco.com.